Hey everyone, go check out the article White Supremacy with a Tan. Here are a few examples from people within the so-called Black community. I also wanted to add that the examples that will be shown in this video helps to support some of the arguments that were brought up on the Fox Soul panel. Many of the examples that were brought up on the Fox Soul panel listed white supremacy as one of the main reasons that Black men are not succeeding within society. However, Black men are not using their energy to overthrow white supremacy. Instead, they are using their energy to degrade Black women on these public platforms. And it is very unfortunate that the doctors on the Fox Soul panel did not take their time to become acquainted with the content from 2022 displaying many of Black men's disregard and disdain towards the Black women within their community. The biggest curse within the Black community is to pretend as if Black men are not perpetrators of violence within their own community. Again, the biggest curse to the Black community is to pretend as if Black males are not the biggest perpetrators of violence against their own communities. By solely blaming it on white supremacy, which is a variable, which is a factor, is very damaging to the Black community. Please take a look at these examples and stick around for my commentary at the end.
That's why we have the beautiful people. You can map their facial structure, and it goes to a mathematical calculation.
Oh yeah.
Beauty is universal. And the thing is, we're talking about Black women. They are on the opposite end of the spectrum on all ranks. Facial symmetry, even to the way to Black women are starting to look more masculine.
Black women need to understand something, that your biggest enemy is not a white woman. Your biggest enemy is Marisol. Your biggest enemy is the Hispanic woman. She understands how to season food. She understands sensuality, femininity, and she was raised in a patriarchal environment. And when you're talking about what you bring to the table, these women are bringing tables. Oh, shit. Oh my God.
So that was just some of what Kevin Samuels had to say about Black women. And trust me, there's a lot more where that came from. And he knew that this would grow his audience. He knows that there's a lot of money to be made off of degrading Black women.
We need to start advocating for men who want to be with men.
I understand the impulse, brothers. I do. We need to start advocating for men who want to be with. We need to start advocating for men who want to be with. But our women are not showing us. I don't care what they say. What are the women showing?
Men look at what they, and that's the thing. You can, they're saying, you know, beauty is subjective. That's another fallacy. Beauty is not subjective. That's why we have the golden ratio, the Fibonacci equation. You can look at facial symmetry and see that beautiful people, you can map their facial structure, and it goes to a mathematical calculation.
Oh yeah.
Beauty is universal. And the thing is, we're talking about Black women. They are on the opposite end of the spectrum on all ranks. Facial symmetry, even to the way to Black women are starting to look more masculine.
Kevin Samuels knew that the level up videos that he was posting for Black men was not getting him the popularity that he wanted. In this video, which was recorded years ago, he explained that he noticed a trend that whenever he denigrated women in his videos, his likes would increase. But that's not what he wanted to do. He wanted to focus on level up content.
And a lot of times guys don't want to hear that truth. They just don't. You know, if I come on here talking about, you know, female nature, such and so forth, and if I would start bashing women or talking noise, oh man, the likes and everything will go through the roof. But when you start talking to men, saying, guys, you know, cheap is some of the most expensive stuff out there. You gotta do better. And a lot of times guys don't want to hear that truth.
In this next video, you're going to see an older video of Kevin Samuels during his male level up narrative that he was trying to teach the Black community of males, but nobody was following him during that time until he became more savage and ruthless towards female listeners.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Welcome to another edition of Life and Style by Kevin Samuel. Again, if you like what I'm doing, what are you going to do? You're going to go ahead and click that YouTube subscribe button because it doesn't cost you one dime. It helps me make pennies. And again, you're going to forward that out to as many friends, as family members as possible. And just help me keep bringing this great content to you. Of seduction. Now, let me ask you all a question. How would you describe the smell of seduction? How would you describe the smell of sultry? It's kind of difficult, right? I don't want to use the term sex because sex is an oversimplification. Sex is too easy. That's carnal. That's just physical. This is everything leading up to that.
So now I'm going to return to the topic at hand, white supremacy with a 10, because there are so many Black people, Black men within the Black community who do not like to be oppressed by white supremacy, yet they perpetuate that same racist ideology upon the Black women within the community. Take a look.
That one, bro, but hey, man. I mean, hey, bro, if you want to date a bunch of Shaniquas, go for it, man.
LaQuisha.
Yeah, like me and Fresh aren't really down with the brown like that.
Man.
We ain't night riders.
Nah,
so
bro, I'm good.
You know, sometimes if they're, you know, red bone, but like in general, me and Fresh don't dabble in the dark, if you know what I'm saying.
Now, dealing with a mixed woman, the way you step to her depends on a few things. One, it depends on what color the mom is, if the mom is white or if the mom is black, or if the dad is white or if the dad is black. Now, the most common union like this, you have a black father and a white mother. That's the most common union that results in a mixed female. Now, if the dad is black and the mom is white, there are other factors that come into play too. Now, if it's an upscale white woman who had a child with an upscale black guy, that has a lot to do with the way the woman thinks. And actually, that's the better union. You understand that? Now, if it's a ghetto ass nigga and a trailer trash white female, that might be a little tricky. But you might still be able to work that angle. Then you have the upscale black woman with the upscale white man. Then you have the ghetto black woman with the basic plain white man. Because you don't see too many hillbilly or redneck or trailer trash white dudes messing with a ghetto broad. Because usually those trailer trash white dudes are part of the Klan or some shit. So you rarely see that. So that's a very unique relationship as well. Now, as far as the upscale black man with an upscale white woman, that's the kind of female that you would want to get with, a woman who had those kind of parents. Because the female is basically going to take on the characteristics and the ideology and the culture of her mother. No matter what her ethnic background is, or even if she was adopted or whatever, the woman usually follows the culture and the ideology of her first nurturer, her mother. And as she gets older, she follows the guidance of her father. But it really starts off from the womb, whose ass she popped out of. That's who she gonna take after. If she has an upscale white woman as a mother, she's gonna have upscale white girl characteristics. You've seen like mixed girls who are like, you know, talking like a valley girl, very prim and proper. Those are cool to get with. Now, a ghetto type white girl and a ghetto ass dude, black guy, the female is still going to have the characteristics of a mother. And usually white women all across the board will show some type of respect to the men that they date. You feel what I'm saying? See, there's a revolution going on in the black male community in America. See, brothers ain't going for the bullshit no more. And like I keep saying, there is a civil war in the black community between black men and black women. And honestly, a lot of brothers are getting in on the short end of the stick. Brothers are starting to broaden their horizons. And you have people saying stuff like, well, those Brazilian women got diseases and yada, yada, yada. Yeah, I talked about that. There are a lot of, diseases and shit down there in Brazil. But you fuck with these hood rats, you get the same diseases. Shit. Ain't too much of a damn difference. I mean, let's be real. And before everybody run to your computers and hop on the message boards talking about Tariq Nasheed is hating on black women, cut that corny shit out. I'm not hating on black women. Nobody's hating on anybody. I'm just reiterating the facts. Nobody's hating on anybody. I'm just reiterating the facts. Nobody's hating on anybody. I'm just reiterating the facts. Is that story on The Wire hating on black women by saying that black men want to go to other countries and check out the women there? It's just stating a fact. Nobody's hating on anybody, so don't jump on the message boards with the bullshit yet. Brazil, South America, because number one, the women are extraordinary fly. Fat asses, flat stomachs, nice breasts, real hair, all that shit. And on top of that, they show brothers respect. They show brothers respect. See, the brothers who are up on game, they know that those South American women, they show brothers the utmost respect. And that's all we want at the end of the day. And that's all we want at the end of the day. How about just not disrespecting niggas? That's what the average black man wants, just peace of mind. Black men don't ask for much.
Now back to the article White Supremacy with a Tan, written by John Blake on September 4th, 2021. Here are a few excerpts from the article. Don't ever underestimate white supremacy's ability to adapt. The assumption that more racial diversity equals more racial equality is a dangerous myth. Racial diversity can function as a cloaking device, concealing the most powerful forms of white supremacy while giving the appearance of racial progress. Racism will likely be just as entrenched in a browner America as it is now. It will still be white supremacy with a tan. The videos that were shown earlier of Tariq Nasheed, Kevin Samuels, and Fresh and Fit are all just brief examples of white supremacy with a tan, which shows that we as melanated people have become our own oppressors. And this is the type of cloaking device that the article speaks about. A lot of people have adapted themselves to say that racism cannot be perpetuated by black people, melanated people, or people of color. And that is not true. As the article demonstrates and shows, racism is elastic. This means that anyone of any color could adopt the same belief system. It spreads like a virus. And as you can see within those past videos, these men actually justify their white supremacist ideologies, and they hold it against the black woman within the community. Black women, I can only encourage you to love yourselves, love your beauty. The white supremacist ideology surrounding colorism, featureism, texturism of the hair. These were all used to degrade us. And as you can see, as Tariq Nasheed said, he prefers those European type of women because of their real hair, but he didn't care about the fact that their bodies were tampered with. So I could only encourage you to stay in circles that allow you to grow and try not to congregate in areas that will bring you down. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and share the video, subscribe to the page, and also don't forget to press the notification bell, as I will be sharing more content in regards to the Black psyche and dark psychology that has overshadowed the eumelaninated community for centuries. Take care and have a great day.